We've been planning some things, man. It's time to hit Atlanta, Georgia, and
It's about that time,
Investfest 2026.
Yes, sir.
And I know we've basically spoken to existence some things that's going on for Young Prodigy. And like you said earlier, we appreciate all the support and the love. Always.
Yes, sir. In August, Investfest 2026 is coming up. So with that said, we want to announce that we will be a vendor at Investfest 2026. It's going to be booth 443.
443, y'all, come see us.
So we just want to share that with y'all, man. Be prepared to experience Young Prodigy world. Reese, what should people expect, man?
Oh man, we gonna have some fun. I mean, we gonna vibe with the people.
Yes, sir.
We gonna make sure that our booth is lit. We gonna participate in everything. Usually they got something where you have people vote. Man, we gonna be asking y'all to vote for us, whatever they got going on at Investfest. But we want to make sure we just we show love. We show that Young Prodigy love to the event and to Georgia, man, to Atlanta. So.
All right, man, we back. Reese, episode 3.
Episode 3.
Man, we've been getting ready for this Investfest 2026, man, August 7th through the 9th. So we're a little over a week away from, the events, man. How you feeling right now?
Man, blessed, man. Good things always happening for me.
You already know, man. So what do you think this process has been like, man, getting ready for Investfest and some of the things that we've been having to do to, prepare?
It's a lot of, checking the boxes right now. Going 12, 13 hours away. So you got to make sure, everything is in a row, all your ducks is in a row, make sure you're hitting your lists, make sure you're talking to, your people,
right?
Making sure that anybody involved is, set up and ready to go.
That's facts, man. So kind of like what you're saying, man, we had our schedule listed out for the year. So if you remember, this was kind of on our list of things that we wanted to accomplish. So really, I think setting our list at the top of the year and having what we wanted to do planned out, I think it's kind of helped, this process and everything like that. What do you think about that?
Nah, for sure. I think that, even when, life happens, it keeps you on schedule as far as a year is 365. So it's a lot of days. So just making sure you're prepared, is all you need to be. Make sure you're doing, and that's what we're executing right now.
Nah, that's facts, man. So, man, we are really excited, man, for this time, man. We've been putting in a lot of work. I know we got some new gear that we're gonna be dropping here shortly, man. Have you had any feedback, about the gear or anything?
Yeah, tons of people on our page is. Letting us know how good everything looks. And they're making sure that, they show us the love. My Dukes is one of the ones she reposted and, a bunch of family. I know I saw some of your family on there, seen some friends really excited about what we're doing and what it's going to take for us to be successful here in Atlanta.
Nah, that's facts. A lot of people been tapping in, bro. So, the jackets, they coming out crazy, man. They on their way back to town. So, and the hats as well. So we should be having those ready to go to Investfest. But also, if you wanna copy one, because we're gonna have limited amounts to begin with, hit us up directly to secure yours, as soon as possible.
Yeah, because we're doing somewhat of a pre-order. So. Get yours, man. We want to get it to the city before we go to Atlanta and show our KC love to Atlanta, but we want the city to have it first.
And it's all premium as well.
Premium products.
Premium varsity jackets, wool, leather sleeves, embroidery, Chanel, all type of stuff, man. And then the hats are custom. So we're coming with some fire product, man. So we just want y'all to tap in and stay locked into everything that we're doing and that we drop on our channel.
Sir.
All right. So I also want to hit on the World Cup final. So, we talked about how they came through KC, man, and just the love that was shared throughout the city. Shout out to Spain. Spain got the win over Argentina. Did you get a chance to check the game out?
I didn't get the chance to check the game. You know, I was working, but while I was working, I got to talk to a lot of people who were tapped into the game and what was going on with everything. So, you know, I got it straight from the people's mouth for sure.
For sure, man. And Spain, man, they had a crazy defense. So sorry, Messi couldn't do anything. Then they lost a player. So they was down 10 versus 11. It went into extra time, and then Spain ended up, you know, getting a goal. And
from what I heard,
it out.
I heard Spain's time of possession. I think Argentina's was like 5 minutes. They had possession of the ball. So
yeah,
man, defense is you know,
and that correlates
ferocious.
To soccer, football, basketball. Defense wins championships for real.
For sure, man. For sure. Yeah. I thought, and I think from what I heard as well, they've only like allowed like one goal.
Yeah.
In the last.
In pretty much their whole World Cup. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So they had a crazy defense. What do you think, like coming off of the World Cup and we see like the crazy amount of money, you know, that was made throughout the country.
Yeah.
What do you think that means just for soccer in general? And then also for like Kansas City, you know, we were like probably the biggest market. You know, when you talk about TV ratings, when you talk about like fan experience, we probably had the biggest outcome or whatnot of all the host cities.
Yeah.
What do you think that means just for soccer in general?
I think it's just brought a lot more of awareness to Americans from what I've talked to people about. International soccer it's it, you know.
Right.
You know, they'll burn down stadiums. They'll, you know, really, you know, cry about their team. And it's really a huge deal internationally. But I think over here in the States, we are really starting to feel that passion, especially, you know, what we saw in Kansas City. Right. It being here was huge to us, seeing, you know, different people from all different walks of life be here. And then just the outpour of, you know, how passionate the fans are, willing to travel from state to state, from country to country, you know, that's a huge deal and hitting the heart of America. So.
No, that's real, man.
What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think soccer, man, I think it's just going to see an increase in, you know, youth activity. We already know around this area, like a lot of kids are, you know, in youth programs and stuff like that, you know, going around the city. So I just think, man, I think eventually you're going to see one of those like inbred, like soccer stars from America, like really take over. Yeah,
I was going to ask you, what do you think? You know, we were like ranked 17, I believe, or something of that nature during the time. Mm-hmm. What's it going to take for U.S. To be somewhat of a presence in the soccer world? What do you think?
Man, I think just kind of like the World Cup coming here, man. Like, I think this might breed, you know, no pun intended, but, you know, it might breed one of those crazy soccer stars that's born right here in America. So yeah, that's what I think. It's just going to take like an intermingle of, you know, the countries and everything to get together to continue to push the sport forward and, you know what I mean, see where it goes from here.
Sort of like when the USA, the Dream Team, you know, how they traveled abroad and, you know, you see basketball now and how it has grown internationally so much.
That's fact.
So maybe it could be something of that nature.
Nah, I think that's exactly that. And then speaking on basketball, man, I want to jump over to the NBA.
Okay.
Man, where's LeBron going, man?
You seen the Heat leaked something about on their page about LeBron?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I think that this is good business for the NBA. It draws attention. So LeBron he's saying he's going to do 3 to 4 more years and things of that nature. But, you know, they're building up right now because it's a business at the end of the day. So they want people to be intrigued about the league. They want to take over they saw those soccer views and, you know, it's a competition at the end of the day. The leagues are competing with each other. So for that viewership and for that consumer's brain, you know, to be locked into their sport. So I don't know where he's going to go, but I know they're making it a huge deal right now because, you know, they want the consumer to be involved with LeBron James in one of his last seasons.
So if you could say right now, what would you say? One place.
You know what? I would have to probably where I would want to see him that would be most exciting for me, I would say New York. I don't know if New York's in the running, and I know they just won a championship. But guess what? The champions most of the time has to do something drastic because everybody is looking to get better.
Okay.
Everybody's looking to, on a basketball sense, he makes sense for them to me because he's another player that they're going to have to worry about. And if he takes a league minimum or whatever they were talking about him taking, New York is going to go crazy every home game for LeBron James being there.
Right.
And there's no place like Madison Square Garden. So
that's facts. Yeah, so I was watching an ESPN take today, and Stephen A. Smith, he was just going over, his options or whatnot. We'll play a little clip right here.
Moment in time, and here's the reason why. There's some intriguing opportunities out there. Minnesota is supposedly not in his top 3. Minnesota has Ant-Man. Ant-Man with LeBron James, that ain't something bad to watch. When you look at the Philadelphia 76ers, that's Jaylen Brown there now, with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, with a Joel Embiid that you're praying he's at least 50% ready come playoff time. LeBron James in Philadelphia, that's a damn good situation. Golden State, well, the babyface assassin, the greatest shooter God has ever created, still looking like a superstar, is there for LeBron James. You talk about 20 points dipping from 27, 26, 25 points to 20 points a game last season. How much you want to make a bet his assist total will go up significantly if he were in Golden State throwing the basketball at that brother. How about that? Or he could go back to South Beach with Giannis as his teammate, with a familiar territory and a Hall of Fame coach in Eric Spoelstra and a Hall of Fame executive in Pat Riley. Or he could go home. These are big-time options. It's not an easy decision. The next 2 years of his life, this is likely his last move. He wants to make sure. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with it. He's got a bevy of options, but most importantly, it's a bevy of good options. He has to make sure he does his best to choose the best one.
You don't think New York is a play for him?
I don't know, man. I mean, if I'm him, I'm probably gonna go Miami. I mean, no state, no state tax or whatnot. You get to handle the ball a little bit more with Giannis and Bam. That's where I think he would go. I don't know if he was enthused about, the leakage or whatnot of the press conference.
Right.
But, on the ESPN take, they were saying that, really that doesn't mean anything. He's not really going to do like an introduction or anything like that. It's just basically teams pivoting, getting their ducks in a row, if you will.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you kind of got to do that. But I don't know, man. So we're gonna see, man. But he definitely has the NBA, waiting. They can't even get their schedule together.
Right.
Because of this, man, this 41-year-old, who's kind of holding everything up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, but shout out to LeBron, man.
Shout out to LeBron, the king.
All right, man. So I want to go over to Summer League NBA. I don't know if you got a chance to check much of the games or whatnot, but I want to go over the first team. It was Cam Boozer of the Grizzlies, Braden Burries of the Mavs, Yaxel Lindbergh of the Warriors, Malik Thomas of Cleveland, and then Caleb Wilson of the Bulls.
Okay.
So who do you think from that bunch are you most excited about?
Oh, it's got to be Caleb Wilson, man. I think I just watched a segment with the Big Ticket was watching him, KG, and he named him the Little Ticket.
Yeah.
Because and Tracy McGrady on his podcast, I believe, he was just talking about some of the flaws that they said he had coming in and his weaknesses. And first game, he came out and showed that he turned those weaknesses over to his strengths.
Right.
And Caleb Wilson was like, I've been shooting 1,000 shots a day, man. That's the dedication that I love to see from a pro, from someone who's hungry. I personally, during a year before he got hurt in college, I thought he was the best prospect to go number one, in my opinion. So Caleb Wilson's always been high on my list. Of course, I like DP. He's probably my second. But I loved Caleb Wilson. I thought a lot of people were doubting what he can do and his skill set and what he can bring to an organization. So that's probably my pick.
Yeah, he talks the talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like that, you know, in a young player, like who's confident, you know what I mean, who's gonna back it up by putting in the work. So I definitely like that pick. I would say, just to give somebody different, I would say Cam Boozer.
Yeah.
Man, I think he's gonna be one of those guys who just, you know, not a lot of flash or pizzazz, but he's just gonna do his job like every night. I can see him being like a 20-10 guy, you know, 18 and 10.
Following his dad's
steps, out of the gate, man. So, and he pretty much got the keys with the Grizzlies now too.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're gonna see what they do. And then I also want to talk about our impressions on the young boy from Kansas City, Keaton Wagler. Yeah. What you think about his game?
Oh, I love his game, man. He took a little criticism that first night, man, and what a way to bounce back. You know, that's how you show that Kansas City heart.
Yeah.
That's how you show, you know, what we represent here is not being a 4-star, 5-star, not being this, not being that. You know, why is he a fifth? Why was he a top 5 pick? And he's showing you why. You know, he's showing you what his potential is and what he is right now. And I think, you know, you see his length out there being on ball. Man,
like
he's
6'5",
it looks like he about 6'6", 6'7", but I would say he about 6'5", 6'6". But you know, he is extreme. He's going to get better and better. He's going to get stronger. I think his rookie year is going to be great, and I think that he's going to represent the city extremely well.
Would you say? Would you give him first team All Rookie, second team? What you saying?
No, I'll give him first team All Rookie. I think. I think that a lot of the other guys, it depends though, because a lot of the other guys have the keys right now, right? Mm-hmm. You know, he has some veterans on his team, so it's going to be a little tough. But it also could help him with the veterans because they could be getting the young boy involved. Right. You know, the teams in the NBA right now are scoring 120 a night. You know, it's nothing for him to put up 15 a night and, you know, be a major contributor to that organization. You know, the Clippers got a little bit of some stickiness going on with, you know, some of their things they got with the league and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it could be a distraction, but I hope that his rookie year takes over any of that stuff that they have going on. And he can have a great season and you know, accomplish everything he wants to accomplish.
Yeah, man. Kind of along those lines, I made it a point to watch him after kind of that first game. You know, you hear criticism. I'm like, let me see, you know, what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. And man, he just got better and better each game. I like the pace to his game. You know what I mean? He doesn't rush. You know, he knows where he's going to get to. Mm-hmm. And he can rise up over, you know, smaller guards and everything like that. So, like you said, I think definitely, you know, rookie's going to get better, you know, just by playing. So I think he's definitely going to get minutes. And then it's just a learning curve. And but the thing I like about KC players, a lot of KC players that enter the league, it's like an IQ, you know what I mean? Like a lot of players around here that make it, you know, that far, you know, we just play with a certain IQ. So shout out to the young boy, man. Keep doing your thing, man. We're going to watch you closely and we rooting for you, bro.
We're rooting for you, bro.
All right, man. Kind of wanted a new segment that I wanted to do is current rotation. So this is just to get a people, you know, like some new picks, whether it's streaming, whether it's music, whatever, you know, you kind of watching, whatever you checking for, man. You got anything that you've been on recently that you want to get to people?
Music wise? Yeah. Of course, you know, that new Rose just dropped, Set in Stone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of what I was just telling you off screen was, man, it really sounds like a lot of his tracks can have an orchestra behind it, man. Mm-hmm. If you haven't gone and listened to it, man, it's a good project. I think what we rated it, 8 out of 10 or something like that. We gave it
8 out of 10 on the first listen. Yep.
Purple Fentanyl is probably one of my favorites. Number 23 is one of my favorites. What else? The song with Gucci.
Okay.
Where they kind of talking about the allegations of Gucci's situation. And I think Groze, he's in there going at some of the people that he's going at right now. It's called Big Fish. Okay. And then he has a song on there with Kodak called Diamonds Are Forever. Again, that one's the one I'm telling you. If you listen to the song and you listen to the soul of the song, it just sounds like if Rose was right there with his features, because it's another gentleman on there, and you put an orchestra behind it, it's gonna really sound really good. So,
and I know Rose, he's actually doing a concert tour with the symphony, with a live orchestra.
Oh, really?
Say. Yeah.
Okay.
That's for, I think, his first album. So, hey, man, I think, you know what I mean, you are aligned, you know, with what Rose's already doing. So he definitely always going to have the production on lock.
Nah, for sure.
And then everything else just comes with it. Let me see, anything else as far as music-wise? The Tory Lanez album is crazy.
They shouted out Adrian Broner and Dean the Great on there.
Yeah.
One or two of my favorite streamers for sure.
On the streaming.
Yeah. And if you go watch, man, that's a little side note off the music. But if you go check them brothers out, man, they changing a lot of streaming, and they're really getting back into shape. If you want some motivation to get back into shape, you want to see some funny content, and you want to see boxing, it's really got me and the fam into boxing. And, you know, just the art of it and, you know, the discipline of it. So it's kind of helped us, you know, get to it. But back to the music for sure.
Nah, what about, we can stay there. So what about Streamer University? Have you seen any of that?
Yeah, oh man,
I've seen some clips, but I haven't really been paying attention. Like what's really been going on?
You know, we love basketball. So they had an alumni game.
Okay.
2025 versus 2026.
Okay, the streamers. Like that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So they was getting off. I seen Playboy Max.
Yeah, they said he was going crazy.
Hey, I think he had a 30 ball, and he's a small guard, but he got a little, you know, jelly to his game. And he really, I didn't expect him to play like that at all, you know? Okay. So he was probably one of the standouts for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. He put me on something, so I'm gonna have to check that out, man. But yeah, really, man, you know, we got the playlist already on our YouTube page. Yes, sir. We got them on our Apple Music, you know what I mean? So all the links are out there if you ever want to go check out what we listening to. But otherwise, man, everything is centered around Investfest 2026. That's really what most of our time is spent discussing, you know, getting things prepared, getting things ready, getting things packed. Man, we really gotta turn up for the people, man. I think they're looking forward to us, man.
Yes, sir. And booth 443.
Booth 443, you already know.
So anybody, Atlanta connection, we're coming. We can't wait to see everybody, to bring that KC hospitality, to what you guys are really bringing at Investfest, EYL. You know, we appreciate the opportunity. We look forward to seeing all the connections and relationships we made over the years, and Investfest 2026.
Man, we coming, man. So yeah, just hit us, like I said, directly if you want to cop one of the jackets. Like I said, it's going to be limited, man. So get them while they hot. I'm telling you, man, we got black, blue, red. We got the hats in black and cream. I'm going to drop some images right here for y'all, man. But hey, just hit us up and know that we're going to see y'all when we see y'all. Remember, influence is everything.